Um, so this is just very briefly, can you use AI as part of your design process? At this point, yes, I'm not really concerned anyone's going to use it to do their assignment because, as I mentioned, the free options that are available to you uh, don't really give you usable artwork. But as far as this idea of coming up with ideas, it can be very useful. The free option that you can use, it's called DALL-E Mini. All right. It's by a company called Crayon. Get it? Dolly, like the surrealist. Anyhow, click on that, and you'll get their interface here. And if you're having a hard time coming up with concepts or ideas, and remember your move or your poster idea has to be something that has an idea behind it. I can type in here. I've been using Coachella as a example on here. If you actually enter in Coachella, it's probably not going to be very interesting. But what words could you put in here that might prompt something? So I'm going to do Desert Music Festival, and it will probably take a couple minutes here. And you go run, and we'll see what crops up here. And like I said, you're not really going to get any usable artwork on here, but it could be a great stepping stone or a jumping off point for you. Now, if you use, if you pay the big bucks and you want to use Midjourney or some of the other AI software for images, just be aware too that at the end of the day, you're going to have to be able to make changes, manipulate it, make it something that really works for you. So we're at 38 seconds here. Let's see how much longer it goes. I think those were your magazines that just downloaded. We'll go take a look at that. All right. Can you get any ideas from this? Well, it's just a bunch of people in the desert, so that's not terribly interesting. What if you say icon combining music and the desert? And we'll see if that gets you anything better on here. So a lot of it has to do with whatever you prompt in there. So different words will get you different results. Different orders of the same words will get you different results. I would not use this. I would use this as a tool. All right. As I mentioned, when I need inspiration, I'll go look through my library at some past work. So if you use AI in this capacity, it's just another tool to help you spur your own creativity on here. And we'll see what crops up here. 41, 42. Usually takes about a minute. Again, pretty boring. But this could be interesting where you have the note and maybe it hits the music and makes like sound waves in the sand. That could be a really cool idea too. What if we do so? I mean, you can kind of figure out whatever you want. I'll choose Elm Music, EDM. So I'm just kind of changing the words up here. Let's see what happens. Why did I choose EDM, electronic dance music? Only because it's probably going to give you more creative solutions than if I typed in country music. If I was doing Stagecoach, I would do that. So it really is a tool, and I think where it'll be useful for you guys is when we talk about this idea of what are icons that relate to the location, what are icons that relate to the type of event, then you're going to get some, at least be able to look and see different ways of combining these things. So let's see. But you see, as I mentioned, you couldn't just download this and turn it in because it's just not that interesting. You know, here there's some more interesting ideas. I don't know what the hell that is.
A slinky?
Yeah, it's kind of like a slinky, but there's kind of these arches. Could be a sunrise, could be a stage. So that could be kind of interesting. Really kind of cool way of doing the sun, but it looks a little bit like music with like reverberation coming off it. So that's what I mean by being able to get some inspiration from this, but none of this artwork would be usable to turn in for an assignment. But you know, kind of the slinky, I never would have thought of a slinky, but it's kind of a cool idea for this type of event. That might work. I like the way the sun was done here, so something like that where this turns into sound waves. That could be interesting. The arches as a stage or a sunrise or sunset. So there's some ideas here that you could use. I don't know what the hell that is. Is that like a stoplight or with that? It's kind of creepy. Um, so again, yeah, you can use it as part of your process, but don't think you're going to be able to wait till the last minute and get your ideas from this. You can get inspiration from this, but and you can use it in your thumbnail stage, which is how I would use this at that point. Any questions on that?